Welcome to this Design for Change YouTube channel. My name is Jagdish. I'm a mechanical engineer and a product designer. Over 9 years of experience I have in my working style, and I've delivered over 70 plus projects. And I'm on a mission to help students reach their creative lifestyle of freedom before 2030, about 1 million designers across the world. Okay, so that is the mission what I have, and I also post a lot of content and technical topics which is relating to design, and I also teach a lot of perspectives and mindset how a designer can shape himself. And in this particular YouTube channel you will also see a lot of materials and a lot of resources, and you can see my podcast channel also. If you're somebody who's interested in listening to my podcast, you can listen to that in audio whenever you're traveling. And particularly in this each and every videos, you will see a techniques, you will see a definition, you will see a very detailed implementation and a real-time case study also how to do it. Okay, and I wanted you to subscribe it and make a notification further, because every single day there'll be an upload happening. Okay, and every single week there'll be a theme-based education where you can keep learning, and that's what we are going to see. Okay, video we are going to see what is typeface, and there is a 7-part video for it, and this is the first part of it. What is mean by typeface? Okay, so a lot of people don't understand this, a lot of people know it but they don't know exactly. But in this video we are going to go very detailed into it. Okay, let's jump in. So, introduction of typeface. First of all, typeface is actually the art and technique of arranging types in a different way. People don't know what is type. Okay, like let's say people think choosing the font is actually type. Font is different, type is different. Again, there is a huge difference between these two. Okay, we'll see it in the day 2, which is the next video, but there is a huge difference. That much is enough now. Okay, with that understanding we'll go to the next. So the art and technique of arranging the different type is actually called the definition of basics of typography. Okay, why it is important is because of communicating messages. So people has to set the tone. It has to basically convey a message from point A to point B. That's it, from a person A to person B, and it enhances the user experience as well. But how? Let's not go very deep, but it actually enhances the user experience, right? If my communication is not correct, if you're not understanding what I'm trying to say, then do you think you'll understand me better or you'll help me better? So the basic problems start with communication, and typeface pretty much explains why it is important. Okay, and also you can see the history. Like let's say the Gutenberg moving typeface, which is in the 14th century, was the first model in which the typesetting print in the the publication industry started making a difference. Before that it was hand drawn, before that it was like handwritten. People used to travel to certain places to read certain things, and then it's not a scalable model, and it's a very old based method. Okay, but because of that movable typeface, people started printing different letters using the dies, and then they started making mass production in a very faster way. Because at that historical point of time, communication becomes inevitable. It's not like for fun they communicate, it's for the survival they communicate. Because one or the other way, the regions will be conquered by different kingdoms and other things. If that information is not clear what is happening, then people will not be aware. So that a lot of people needs to be communicated fast, or else it will make a big problem for them. So that's also a big urgency why people have invented certain technologies very faster, so that they can able to spread the message very faster. Okay, so it's not like today. The context in 14th century is very different, right? So the Gutenberg's moving type model is very interesting. You can go and read. So the development of typeface and its families and other things started evolving in 16th to 19th century. And you can see there are a lot of different typefaces, particularly Helvetica is one of the classical typeface. You can see Times New Roman, you can see Calibri. So like these typefaces have emerged really long back. The kind of emergence why happened is because people started valuing the hierarchy, style and everything. People started giving more importance to the headings could be different, the sentences could be different, the text could be different, the small elements which is the informations could be different, but the alert could be different. So there are different kind of typefaces required, there are different family of typefaces required. So the difference started emerging in this. Okay, see, each and every video in the coming part will go very deep into kerning, spacing, lettering, width, weight, style, everything, but this is just an introduction to make you understand. Okay, and also the digital typeface which emerged started in 1980s. I would say in 60s and 70s itself people started making a digital typography, because the usage of computer devices and the the mobile devices was very prevalent after 80s and 90s. I would not say mobile, I would say the computer, because industry started using it. IBM, Apple, these people have started using in an industrial way in 80s and 90s, but it became as a personalized device also. After the 1990s and 2000, it's like widespread. People started using it in a more extensive way. So digital typeface is what we pretty much know, but the history is something like this. Okay, you need to understand. See, the moment when you go and understand certain typeface, like let's say if you go and take a brand, Let me go to the Google, okay? So you'll find a typeface called okay. I'm just sharing the window. I'm just sharing another screen. So you can see, how many of you know this AXN movie channel? This is a very premium, this is one of the brand which is, like, I would say 10-15 years ago it was very, very famous, okay? AXN movie. A lot of people have perceived this brand as a different thing. You can see some typeface, you can see some letters here, right? So you don't know yet what is AXN is all about. But the moment when you see this poster, like let's say the moment when you see this image, you get a feel like they actually produce very high quality movies, right? It's not a playful channel for kids. It's not Cartoon Network, right? And also this produces very high impactful movies. You can see this color. It's like all top-notch, action movies are produced in AXN. AXN chooses action kind of movies. Because of this, they have a typeface and they also produce the color of red. And you can see there are many ways in which you can understand this. See, let me go into this. You can see there is a dynamic line between it. It's like action. Dynamic means action. People normally associate this slant as an action. And also you can see the red color. And you can see there is a big kind of a width which is the A is being placed, Yan. And you can see the sharp corners. See, each and every typeface first represents some meaning, represents some theme, represents some kind of an emotion to it. It's not like, hey, this emotion, only this typeface I'll use. Typeface cannot be categorized like that. Each and every typeface communicates a different meaning. And when you use that brand, when you take a deep understanding and when you use that brand for years of time together, you will have a different perception when you see that typeface. Is it true or not? Type out in the chat, true. Yes. Because what happens is, brand is being perceived in a way how the typeface is created. That's why typeface is live face. It's not joke. It's not random. Hey, I'll open some software and whatever typeface is given randomly, let me use it. No, it doesn't work that way. Typeface has to be soulfully chosen based on that context, based on that theme, based on that relevancy of that particular brand, what it is solving problem to the people, and how you choose that to represent that. And that's what is going to create an impact here. Okay, like let's say if you go to Pogo channel, okay, look at this. Can you see something here? Can you see something here? The P is in the upside, the O is in the down, and also with a different splash of colors, and it's also green, and it's also palish colors, like let's say teal. You can see orange, you can see a subtle red color, a kind of, and you can see there is a open letters in G, and you can see the open letters in O, and in fact the weight is not common. It was very different. It's all like a playful, right? Pogo is a playful channel. It's for kids. It's for also adults, but there are the massive targeting is for kids. Okay, so the name itself suggests what kind of a program it's doing. Even you don't have to watch this channel. In that logo itself, you'll get this instance. Why? It's because of the typeface. It's not because of the colors also. Colors is also one thing, but typeface massively first impacts that. The way in which it is arranged, even when I'm not keeping this colors background, leave it. Even if I just put POGO in this manner, people will perceive it like a playful brand. Maybe it's a lifestyle brand. The association will be definitely creating a curiosity. So this is the difference, guys. The moment when you see it, you should be able to get it. That's the development of it. Okay, I just showed you an example, but you need to understand the history first. There are many key terminologies, guys. Weight, style, family, and you can choose regular font, you can choose italic, you can choose bold, you can choose light, you can choose medium, you can choose what you call thick, you can reduce the thickness of it, you can reduce the weight. All these technical terminologies we'll see in the next part, but there is a different terminology which is available, okay? So the typeface needs to be understood very carefully. See, 70% people prefer serif-based fonts because it's legendary. And Software Usability Research Laboratory has found that, okay? What is serif and sans serif? You're going to find that because in the next video, we're going to see in detail, but I'm going to give you an activity where you can find that. First, you can do your research because when you do certain activity and make mistakes, you will learn the next very, very faster. That's the way in which you have to learn the design fast, okay? I'm definitely going to teach you in the next video, but first you can try it out. And 50% lower bounce rate happens with good typography. People who are developing typeface and people who are making this in a scalable manner, they will know what is meant by the lower bounce rates because the error in the typeface is very, very huge. The error in the typesetting industry is very huge. If you're not taking care of it enough with using proper standardized typeface, you will end up making a lot of terrible mistakes. either in newspaper or either in the development of web applications or mobile app. It's all huge, okay? Google research have found that. And then I'll give you some small case studies also, you can understand it better. See, Helvetica is one of the famous typeface. It's like everybody uses Helvetica if they're not having much options. It's like a paracetamol or a Saridon. If you have the fever or cold, you don't know what to put, people just take Saridon and paracetamol, right? It's like an universal. So Helvetica is like that. But people are using this Helvetica, they should also know the reason why they're using. It's not like it'll temporarily give you a fix, but it's not a permanent solution. Unless why your fever is coming, you're not able to understand. The fever keeps repeating again and again, right? So as a design thinker, you should have the responsibility to find out what is the reason why this typeface is used. Yeah, Helvetica can save you sometimes, but it's not a permanent solution. So understand, that's the reason we are recording this video, because you need to go very deep and understand why certain typeface is used for certain brands and why it is called Typeface. Okay, so you can see the New York City subway uses Helvetica in an extensive way because of the readability and clarity. See, particularly when you go in name boards and signboards, you can see DIN families a lot. You can see this Helvetica a lot because this has a good legibility and spacing, and people can read it very easily from a long distance. People are having little eyesight problem. People are old. People are kids. They're not able to clearly understand. Everybody, this kind of typeface works. But when you see paragraphs, when you see massive headings and sentences, when you're reading any article, maybe this is very different. But you need to understand there is a functionality behind why people choose this kind of a typeface and everything. Okay, and you can see Apple, San Francisco. Apple uses the San Francisco in across all of their devices, and you can see because of their compactness and because of the reason Apple uses different platforms. They have iOS, they have iPad, they have different OS for different devices. So this creates a consistency. That's the major reason Apple is trying to use it, because they have to create a seamlessness, right? That's how they create a very good pattern across all of the devices, and it's all together. People should not feel difference when they're using a different Apple brand. So this is the meaning behind it. So certain typefaces are perceived in a different way, certain typefaces are perceived in a same way. It's all because of the choice what a designer makes. If the designer is not choosing, what happens is people will not feel it. Very simple. Your designs can be brought into life is because of the typeface what you use. That is why it's so important. If you're not able to do it, then you will not have a life for your case study or portfolio or anything, whatever you're building. I'm telling you, it's very true. Or else it'll just become a drag and drop or a copy paste. You'll not see the big difference in it. Okay, I hope you would have got it. So now I'm going to give you a small, okay? There are two activities. One is you can find out your favorite font and present it. That's okay. That's up to you. Okay. Second is you can find 3 font which is typeface, which is sans, which is serif based, because that will create a huge impact and a difference for you. So this is to mainly understand the difference between different typeface family, what you perceive, and what are the difference in their sizes, what are the difference in their distinction. And you will also see in the next video what is the difference between typeface and a font. Okay, try this activity and pin me in this video, because if you're not in this video, how do I believe that you've did this activity? So take some action. Watching this video will not do anything. Take some action and pin this work, and I'll be making sure to follow up with you and give you personalized comment if possible. A lot of people are commenting, but I'll read every one of this, no problem. I'll read and reply you, but take responsibility to do it, because this is for your future. Okay, I hope this is very clear for you. And if you have any kind of a doubts and suggestion, you're always welcome to post in this particular video, guys, because this is an open forum which I kept for all, because people can give me suggestions and people can ask me questions, because I can also record it as a video in the coming days. Okay, I hope this is very clear. We'll see you in the next part of the video. I hope this typeface is interesting for you. You'll see much technical details in the coming video. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.